What's up, everybody? This is Chad from the Michiganist channel, or Chad Wick on Facebook. I also run the, I'm the admin for the North Mob page. It's a North Mob mini bikers. So I'm here to talk about this here mini bike. I don't know if you've been following the pages or anything like that, or the groups, but a lot of the people have been following along with the build. This video is going to be all about building this bike right here. Yeah, we're gonna go through it. Okay, I just got my Coleman BT200X mini bike. So this is something of concern. This is how it come to me, brand new, paint worn right off. All right, so it took us about 20 minutes to strip it down to the frame, which was really invited because looking at this bike, I was really starting to worry. It's just really bad. There's a better look at all these welds. But hey, this explains everything right here. Right there. So, ever since I seen this frame, I was like, man, this is the one mini bike that has an actual chopper or real motorcycle style frame. And then here's the gas tank. Should sit kind of right above that. This is actually a huge gas tank. Need to see if this will fit. And just like I thought, it fits beautifully up in there. We're just going to get a couple of mounts and hang it from up here and then put the motor below. So this is a 14-inch long 4 by 14 or 15. Don't quote me. It could be 15. This holds 3/4 of a gallon, which will let you go the long haul. That's for sure. All right, so we have come a long ways with the frame. We chopped out the little seat hook right here. We cut off the seat. That was a lot of fun. So we got to do some Bondo and stuff to get everything right. Had to cut pieces of metal off of here. So we got to Bondo over that and make it all smooth and everything. I ground down most of the welds, the best of my grinder could get at. The rest of them we'll just Bondo it. Next, I need to fab up the gas tank. So that's going to go right up here, so I'm just going to hold it up there or put it on some 2x4s or something and measure down how much, I need to make a little bracket to hold the gas tank. So we got to lift the motor up, like I said before. So I've been having issues in trying to do that. I have another mount that I use. I'm going to use this one here, but it just puts it way too high to put my gas tank right here. So I got some 1.5 inch steel square I'm going to put in there. I just got to cut it the length of the engine. Do not cut it the length of the plate because the holes don't line up with 7 inches. I just learned that. But they do line up with the engine. They actually do line right up with them. So if you just buy this, I think I got it from Lowe's. It's an 1.5 inch square stock. Well, we finally got the juggernaut torque converter put on, painted red. We're going to put the clear cover on that and put some LEDs in there like the other side so it all lights up. Should be pretty sweet looking. We are waiting for the actual tires to get here so we can fab up the seat height and everything like that. But we are coming right along. We have everything made and cut to hold the tank. We're going to have one piece coming down here with a clamp, and then another piece comes up from here and holds the top. So one will be on the top and one will be on the bottom. Everybody wanted to know where the tank was. I left some links. This is from a store called Sandstorm. They make all different sizes of tanks. They're about $1.30 a piece. We did install the ungoverned from Go Power Sports. I painted it red and put some nice vinyl on there. It's pretty sweet. It says Juggernaut on there. That's another thing. Everybody asking me about this pipe. Okay, this is the pipe that comes with the Ghost in that $150 kit. It comes with this big that goes on there, but when you put that on, it's kind of, let me get it on there. It's kind of sticking out ridiculous, but yeah, it's a little much. This is going to go on. There's going to be a piece of steel going across here, and this is just going to sit on there, so it'll be a lot lower. But we did get the tires off. waiting for the new ones to come. I got my little Harbor Freight machine here. That thing works great, just so you know. Just if you've never done it before, make sure you don't try to pry it off the fat end of the wheel. You'll have some issues. That's pretty much where we're at, going from problem to problem. I know that one guy, he said that these might crush, and I was worried about that myself. This one, I mean, I don't know why, but we're going to go white with black wheels. I think I'm going to do the forks and everything white as well. The handlebars I'm still torn on. So I think if I run a 14 on this, maybe even a 12, I could have the same effect, but I don't want them big fatty grandma apes like that. I want some ones that like come straight up, or you know, them old school short, you know, fist to the wind type. I hate that back turn handlebar like grandma's got. That's just stupid. You want your fist to the wind, just a slight turn, that's all. You got it primed. As you can see, I literally hung that sucker from a tree. It's just first prime. As you can see, there's some things to fix. See? Well, we got our first coat of white on there. There's still some little things we need to fix up. I mean, I'm not going to go too crazy with it, but something like that, we got to fix that. Sometime between mock-up and take it apart and put it back together, there is a gap in the tank mount, which fit perfectly before, but now there's like a gap about that wide. So I made a spacer out of a piece of aluminum. I'm going to put it there and put another piece of this neoprene on top of there, and then clamp the whole thing down. And that should give me enough space to get above here as well. So I guess it was kind of a blessing in disguise, but you know, not ideal. Also, I put this up in here to put a couple switches in for a horn and a turn signal, and I think I might wait till winter to do that, you know what I mean, because the wiring is going to take a while, and I'd rather the paint be nice and cured before I go doing that. So I wanted to do this build originally to show that anybody can do this kind of thing. I mean, I get a $150 welder from Amazon right there. It works awesome. Watch a couple videos, that's all you need to do, and you'll be welding. So I painted it with a rattle can, and I'm a painting contractor, so I do for a living. So I've been painting my whole life. I mean, I have several conventionals, you know, I mean, I've painted custom bikes for years. So I want to do this one with a rattle can, and I gotta tell you, I'll never do that again. So one of the things that I've noticed is the rear tire is offset in the rear, okay, to the right to allow for the chain, but it appears to be squared to the frame. So hopefully that works out, because man, this drives me freaking nuts right here. This it's offset about a ½ inch to the right, and it's killing me. It just drives me nuts. I guess I'm picky like that, but there's a spacer here, a spacer here, and they are both the exact same length. So there's no other way to do it. This is how it came. This is how it's supposed to be. So I got the nibby carb all put on. The carb's really easy to put it on. I mean, it's just bolts right there. It's gonna go. I had to use some other bolts that were a little shorter there, but you know, I have a whole plethora of bolts and nuts and things to deal with. But when I first bought them, I bought the one without the flange and tried to use the little manifold they make, and don't do that. It doesn't work very good. And then this, people are asking me, this is the extension just from the Ghost accessory kit. The one that comes with curves and would put this further back, but I don't know, I kind of like how it sticks out like that. I might try later on and wrap it back with the other one, but we'll see how it goes. Here we go, moving right along. We got the bars on today, the controls, the wires. I found these nifty little clips. They're working really well. We just did the X configuration with the wires through the forks and down. The brake line, I had to do that to get it to work without trying to source a longer brake cable. So I think this is a 47 tooth. We dropped down to a 47 to get a little more top end out of the whole deal. Those are 12-inch bars. What are they? 20 by 7 by 8 Sun F tires. Ridiculous Amazon controls. And then the cheap Ghost Power Sports. Actually, I got these from Amazon. It comes the whole set for like 12 bucks. But that excuse me, the cable here was like another 15. So, I just basically got to get the chain, everything lined up. Once we get it down, get it rolling, make sure everything's smooth, put the final squeeze on the engine, put this cover on. Got a couple of touch-ups to do when bolts tighten and whatnot, you know what I mean? Trying to get 60 out of this bike, basically to replace my Grom. So if I can get 60 out of this bike, I'll be real happy. I had the Nibi carburetor on there, but this is a problem. The nipple on the Nibi carburetor is a lot smaller than the 1/4-inch fuel line that everybody uses. I also ordered real fuel line, rubber, you know, automotive fuel line. This stuff is just for show. It actually sucks. It gets brittle, breaks, cracks, leaks gas. So I'm gonna get rid of all this red crap and put real fuel tubing on there. It sits good. Everything seems to be fine. It's just getting the brakes to work right. The stock brakes are trash. Okay. So you got to order EBC brakes. I think it's the 304G pads to go in there to actually stop the bike. When you adjust the brake enough to that it works, it don't want to spin. I had to turn the gas tank around, so I had my fingers in gas and touched the tank. I made these marks, so I'm gonna try to get rid of that with some naphtha, which is this stuff here, VMP, right there, and we'll see how it works. Okay, naphtha is more of an oil, so you wipe it on and wipe it off. Okay, you see it. You did a pretty good job of getting rid of that. Just kind of buff it out. And hopefully we don't have to do that again. But what happened is, you know, I got carts, so I ran this puppy with a pulse pump because it come with the kit, and trying to start it won't run. What the hell's going on? So we got the race plug, changing the gas, the valves, all that stuff, and all I had to do was just get rid of that pulse pump and run it right to the carb. So the HVT spray can high temp paint or whatever the hell works pretty well. This one here, the gas was sitting on there quite a bit, so I'm going to kind of rub on it with the naphtha. Like I said, it's like a real fine oil, basically, and it's not real hot or anything. So, I mean, spray can paint, normal like this white, it might eat that shit, but this stuff did pretty good with the gas on it. I got my dimensions, everything I want. I'm gonna go cut some vinyl for here, and probably some black. Trying to think of something to do for here. I don't know, like a flourish or something like that up there, or something in black. I don't know, just kind of break it up some, you know what I mean? So I had to repaint this cover. I've seen some misses, so I had to repaint it. This winter I'm gonna put some lights in here and stuff, probably shining in here somewhere off the cover if I can, so that when this thing spins, it just flashes that light everywhere. That should look pretty sweet. So there it is. So now we'll get her centered. X, Y, and Z. And stick it on there. And just kind of work your way up and down. Use my middle finger, seems to work really well. There we go with the little fatty, the logo, and the North Mob Mini Bikers on there. And the North Mob insignia there. I just kind of stole them shits online. So this is our actual logo for the page, but I'm running out of these stickers. We use them up for the Groms, so we're running out. So I just did some quick things here because I wanted that piece to have some sort of insignia. So that's what we named her, was Lil Fatty, because she's little and fat. Look at that booty. The Lil Fatty. Oh man, what we've been waiting for. Break it. That pipe heating up. break in a bit. I had to tune the carb a little bit to get it to run right. So we'll let it break in some. Oh man, it finally runs. Finally got it figured out, but I forgot to wipe the daggum fingerprints off the pipe before we started going. So they're there permanently, but it runs, shoots flames like a motherfucker. I like it.